Today, now going over to the Culture Pod podcast, you have Dylan Mulvaney drops a song called Days of Girlhood. Now, for those who have been perhaps living under a rock, Dylan Mulvaney is a very famous trans activist who is paid $185,000 by Anheuser-Busch InBev to be a brand ambassador for Bud Light, in which Bud Light gave Dylan Mulvaney a can with Dylan's face on it, celebrating 365 days of womanhood, which helped make Dylan famous. Because, again, Dylan spent 365 days recording videos and portraying stereotypical things that women would do, such as, and get this right, actually, I fact-checked this. So Dylan had a video prancing through the forest wearing high heels and a dress. And I did ask my sister and my mom, and I said, hey, is this something women do? Do they do high heels prancing in the woods? And of course they said, no, absolutely not. Topping, don't you remember camping? We had shoes. We had regular clothing. I'm like, yeah, that's true, but I had to fact check. I had to. So that's what really put Dylan on the map, and brands were paying Dylan millions of dollars. I think, was it Maybelline? There's a makeup brand that gave Dylan, again, for the record, is a biological man, $1 million contract. And these companies were making profit from it. Now, the big thing that blew up in their face was Bud Light. Again, Bud Light paid Dylan Mulvaney $185,000 to lose $1.4 billion in sales, which is the biggest negative return on investment in business history, I think, when it comes to a marketing campaign that didn't actually put the company out of business. There have been, of course, marketing campaigns that have put the companies out of business. The Osborne effect is a fascinating computer use case where, again, they went out of business because they advertised at the wrong time with the wrong thing. But nevertheless, Dylan released this video a couple days ago, and as youth might say, it went viral, to say the least. Now, it's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. If you want to watch the whole video uninterrupted, of course, you could just go on the Google or go on the YouTube, and you could filter, you could watch it uninterrupted. However, wouldn't it be much more entertaining to have me interrupt it every 18 to 20 seconds with hilarious or interesting commentary? I mean, I might be biased, but I certainly think so. So we're going to go ahead and go to Dylan's YouTube page. And it looks like Dylan has 9.56 thousand subscribers, which is really not that much. I thought Dylan would have, again, on, I believe it's Instagram, Dylan has like 14 million subscribers. Now, not to brag, but I have 3,300 subscribers, which, again, if you have 1/4 of a second, if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it if you just subscribe to my channel. So this is Dylan's, and it says official music video has 1.2 thousand likes. However, it might just be a Chris Christie effect, a phenomenon in which you have zero positive results in the comments. We will, of course, evaluate them. But without further ado, Dylan is stepping out of a vintage Mustang, which, all right, it doesn't show if it has 3 pedals. I would be more impressed if it was a manual transmission and Dylan was shifting to start the music video. I know that's outdated. Most people have automatic transmissions, but that would help give it a redeeming factor. But nevertheless. What? Dangerous activity. Red flag. So jumps out of the car and kicks off high heels, which I thought it was dangerous to drive with high heels. So there's a myriad of red flags. That's number one. Right. My ears, they hurt already. But nevertheless, cliche pop song intro. Dylan wearing a blue dress and a pink purse. Still no words yet. Someone's saying "uh-huh" in the, what do they call it, the auto tune. Terrible. They should have done code red for an emergency. If anything, you could have had a great product placement with PepsiCo and bring back Mountain Dew code red. So already a failed missed opportunity. Now you have Dylan sitting on the bed wearing women's lingerie with 2 other women. And the cliche Dylan Mulvaney smile. Which, again, I'm not sure what's more awkward of a smile. Dylan Mulvaney, Ron DeSantis, or myself. It'd be a very awkward and interesting competition. Inappropriate, Dylan. We know they should be at least 21 up if you're participating in alcoholic activities, though this is not the first time you've made that mistake. So this is going to tell us the basics of girlhood. All right. Champagne? Really? After the Bud Light Business Blunder of the Year, I thought you would stick away from alcohol, but nevertheless. Missed the pregame. I suppose this is a collegiate activity. You're supposed to become inebriated before you go to the bars to save money. All right. Actually, that's not... Let me rewind it for a second. That's actually not a female-exclusive thing. Back in the college days, I think many people are participating in that, and truth be told, probably a lot of young adults. That's not really a day of girlhood. That's kind of just all mankind, or perhaps mankind that enjoys becoming inebriated. Alright, so they're going to describe what hot girls do, apparently. Monday, you can't get out of bed. That is a medical condition, Dylan. You need to get out of bed. If you're in bed for a whole day, unless you are physically handicapped, like perhaps you have an injury from a hospital, or your injury that led you to hospital and you're at home recovering, if you're in bed the whole day, you should seek medical help. So Tuesday morning, take lots of meds. It is a whole cabinet. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, over 27 bottles of pills. And of course, there's a cliche orange bottle you get at the pharmacy. As Dylan now proclaiming you should be taking lots of pharmaceutical pills. I also don't see any official doctor script in terms of little print label that goes on. So perhaps these are aftermarket or street drugs. Also not appropriate. Retail therapy in this economy? I don't think so. We have unprecedented economical and political uncertainty. A lot of people are being laid off, and you're proclaiming retail therapy? Now, I will admit that is, I would guess, more often a women thing or a girl thing. If you look, although if you maybe on a frequency thing, but on an average, it'd be fascinating to do a business study. Do men spend more money on women than on extravagances or knickknacks? Truth be told, a lot of things I like to purchase are more durable products. But nevertheless, there's talking about retail therapy, which isn't a real thing. What? A walk of shame? Now, again, a woman of class wouldn't talk about a walk of shame. Walk of shame is when you have anonymous adult relations and then just walk home after. So Dylan is proclaiming that girlhood and women do the walk of shame. No. Women with class do not, in fact, do that. Didn't even know his name. Vacuous, that just seems insensitive. And, don't you even know his name? Well, you might need to in order to know what kind of STDs you got from him. You'll overspend on Friday night? We just talked about the economy, Dylan. This is unprecedented economic uncertainty. People are losing their jobs left and right. I certainly would not recommend overspending. Wait, so Saturday you flirt for drinks? Again, a woman of class does not do that. You're basically, what, trading kisses for drinks? Flirting for drinks. Not appropriate. Not classy. Oh, the Twilight soundtrack. I'm not a humble brag, but I've never actually seen Twilight, though I've seen the parodies on the YouTube, so I kind of get the plot points. But yeah, of all the soundtracks to enjoy, no one would ever say Twilight soundtrack. I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean, there's so many better things out there. Okay, we see something. Well, maybe this is an inspirational video. Now, this is Dylan riding on the exercise bike. However, Dylan is exercising, so that is good. Americans definitely need exercise. Perhaps there's a modicum of good suggestion in the video. Nah, I might be overthinking it, but Dylan is thinking he's actually sitting in the exercise bike. However, the exercise bike has a fur seat, and Dylan is wearing not high heels, but platform shoes. Now, again, women and men should both exercise. We desperately need it in the United States, but you definitely don't do that on that machine. And that machine has a fur seat. So again, if you actually work out as intended, and as you should, you will actually sweat. Now, that would be not good for that as a kind of furry, feathery seat. All right. And it's by the pool outside. So again, unless the machine is properly lubricated and protected from the elements, it's going to rust. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. And again, days of womanhood might be more appropriate because half the song is about alcohol and adult concepts and themes, but this is about girlhood. So definitely not appropriate. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Every night, rise and shine. You're mine. Think of it, I'll be alright. Got my troubles on my side. These are very repetitive, but you'd be hard pressed to see what's the difference between this and a Taylor Swift music video. Well, at least the audio. We owe Rebecca Black an apology. I'm just saying. Terrible. You're promulgating cutting in line? Disgusting. A real man of character waits in line for his turn. You don't cut in line. Terrible behavior. Definitely nothing not supposed to teach children that. Because again, this is about days of girlhood, not womanhood. Now, he also has, it looks like a housewife cutting the hedges while wearing a dress. Now again, housework is great. Well, actually, yard work is great for men and women. Builds character, getting out in the sun. Now, she's not wearing any safety glasses, though she is, and no gloves, interestingly enough. So, totally unrealistic. If you're doing that all day, you're going to have some calluses, which I was going to say builds character in men and women, so I highly recommend it. And yet, she's just clipping it once or twice, so very unrealistic. However, don't worry, it's almost done. Now, I did consult many females when reviewing this video. In fact, most women do not dye their hair blonde. That is not an average daily activity. I thought it might be, but no, truth be told, that is also not a daily day of girlhood activity. So this is statistically speaking, not very accurate. Now again, Dylan Mulvaney is a biological man, but again, a trans activist, and again, that's actually a controversy in and of itself because Dylan did not have the surgery which some trans activists believe you do need necessary to perform that transition, and many people speculate has Dylan taken pills, or even in that community there is controversy. Now, again, statistically speaking, men drink beer more than women. Just Googling or Brave searching, I said, how many, who drinks more beer? And on average, like within 30 days, about 60% of men will have a beer and 40-ish% of women will have a beer. Now, in this case, it'd probably be a Bud Light, but he's saying down with patriarchy and hold their beer. Now, realistically, it'd be much more probably appropriate to say hold our wine or spritzer or what else do women drink? A cosmopolitan. Because again, on average, they drink more than men. I almost lose track of how many inaccurate things are in this music video. Also, for the record, again, not all bars are bad, but in terms of public safety, I wouldn't recommend giving your beer to a stranger because, truth be told, morally, mentally vacuous people might take advantage of you and insert something into that drink. So I don't recommend giving a random stranger to hold your beer. Definitely not smart or intelligent to do that. Hey, what's this? What's this? Replay the breakup? That just sounds like you're hurting yourself. Why do you want to relive that? Unless it's for lessons learned, which again, you can learn anything from most situations and grow and improve. So perhaps that is a semblance of a good idea, as long as you don't dwell on it too much. That's definitely not recommended. Your whole bed's going to be ruined, thereby creating more laundry and just a pain in the rear. Again, makeup is not easy to get out, I'm told. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure you have to use some special chemicals or some type of extra applications to actually clean that. So definitely don't recommend falling asleep in your bed while wearing makeup. You're just asking for extra work. Boy toy. It's very pejorative for a man who apparently looks attractive but maybe might have a lot going on upstairs. I guess I have to clarify these days. That means, not a lot of mental, intellectual stimulation. Truth be told, work upstairs, back in my grandpa's day, they used to mean like cognitive abilities. But nevertheless, I would recommend if you want a long-term great relationship, you just definitely value their intellect and what they have on the inside as well. I want to promulgate what Dylan is saying, kind of stressing on that one thing. I almost forgot these are the days. I've only heard it 87 times. Or, well, I didn't really count, but many times. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Wait a minute. Do women... Oh, I should have asked my sister. I don't think this. I'll have to fact check this. I might be wrong, but I don't think women dance in high heels on the front lawn. Now, however, if they had spikes in the heels and they're actually aerating the front lawn, that might be a good idea. I think we might have a business proposition, actually. Front yard work music videos. So you have the gals dressed in high heels, or whatever they identify as high heels with the spikes on it, and you can actually aerate the grass. And certain time of the years, that is actually important. But I don't think this was a long pitch. This was just a music video. We might be I might be reading too much into it. Maybe, perhaps. It's a possibility. Every day? Well, I guess, alright. Every single day? Rise and shine? No. I mean, don't men do that? Every day, rise and shine. That's not very exclusive to days of girlhood. Now, truth be told, quite literally billions of people actually wake up every single day. Now, it is sad, unfortunately, not all of them wake up, but nevertheless, an overwhelming majority of society, men and women, do wake up, in fact, every day. Is it though? This picture's unrecognizable, almost spot on Taylor Swift. Sad by the piano, long hair, big earrings. It's almost done, I promise. Is that Lady Gaga? I can't tell.
Love ya.
That is brave. Telling the whole world that you love them. They might not like you back. Now, spoiler, in the comments, they don't. Now, in Dylan's defense, Dylan left the comments open, which was pretty brave given the cultural phenomenon. Because again, for many years, Dylan was extremely popular. Brands were giving this individual millions of dollars for advertising and marketing, and it worked for many of these brands. They were making more money because of Dylan's endorsements. Not all the time, and again, with the last Bud Light endorsement, that subsequently kind of put the kibosh on the income from that, and Dylan has subsequently tried stand-up comedy, speaking at colleges for, was it $35,000 or $40,000 per speech, and Dylan's trying to find Dylan's new niche. And I don't think music is it. Now, again, I think it has to do with, again, you're making a caricature of women, basically degrading them to these stereotypical or cliche acts, which, again, I don't think is actually accurate when it comes to describing women. And again, it went viral, but not for all the good reasons. Now, on YouTube, I'm actually shocked. Because again, when you look at what YouTube is promoting, and they use the algorithm to their benefits, you're going to see everything YouTube wants you to see. I mean, there's a reason. It's not just your input or just based on what you search for on your suggestion space. It's also things that YouTube is trying to promulgate, increase profitabilities, increase the reach of certain brands. I'm actually surprised this didn't get like 20 million hits. Just because, again, Dylan represents a lot of things that YouTube likes. And I'm surprised YouTube didn't want to promulgate this. Now, on YouTube, again, this only got 46,459 views. Which, again, is nothing for someone who's that famous and well-known. And in terms of the likes, this might be the worst like ratio ever. It got 1.2 thousand likes. Which is terrible to say the least. I wonder if you do YouTube downvoter viewer. Let's see here. Let's see. Free. I'm curious. This is the first time I'm using this specific website to try to see the YouTube downvoter. And again, YouTube took away that downvote indicator for many reasons. I can't help but think it's mostly politics. Because you look at certain politicians and they're getting ratioed, to say the least. Let me see here. Oh, of course, you need to set up an account. Let's see here. Views, likes. Yeah, so unfortunately this website is... let's see here. I mean, I'm going to guess it's negative 9,000 likes, kind of being the feedback. So we'll look at the top responses on YouTube as well as we'll look at the X Twitter, where it also went very viral. It went actually more viral on Twitter than YouTube. Now, YouTube, one of the first comments comes from Live in His Way 83, says, quote, when you order the new Taylor Swift music video from Wish, unquote, that got 232 likes. Bing Harmon Wajisuna says, quote, came here for the comments. I'll stop visiting this video when the comments are turned off, shows up, unquote. Laughing emoji. I got 426 likes, which, again, I was shocked Dylan left the comments section open. Dylan didn't have to do that. That is, again, I know the word brave has been diluted and watered down so much, but I mean, Dylan had to have known, at least, this has almost devolved into a political issue, that about half the comments would be negative on average. Now, this is actually worse than half the comments. It's almost the Chris Christie effect, where you have basically no positive comments. Should be told this happened twice when you're covering Chris Christie on the show. There's 0 positive comments in his post. Now, Clara Glow says, quote, if Peter Griffin wrote a song about women, I'm getting 266 likes. Bread and Butter says, quote, what bothers me most about the implication is that my days being female revolve around shopping, being socially irresponsible when it comes to sex and popping pills. If you want to get into more of a conspiracy, it sounds like patriarchal propaganda to me. Oh my, I'm rhyming. I guess anyone can write a song, unquote, getting 270 likes. Game Time with Jamie says, quote, if Diarrhea had a song, getting 520 likes. I wonder who it is, says, quote, this is exactly how women would be depicted from a man's point of view, unquote, getting 185 likes. Proud Patriot 1699 says, quote, what the actual F, unquote, getting 275 likes. Mono Thanks says, quote, I'm an Augo Genfile, should be the real title of this video, unquote, getting 259 upvotes. Green Thumb 7405 says, quote, dear Rebecca Black, I'm sorry, getting 762 likes. Muhammad Azir says, quote, peak misogyny, getting 89 votes. Again, all these votes are upvotes or thumbs up. Lord Sable Share says, the blackface of Modern Era, getting 312 upvotes or likes. Symphonist says, quote, 5K dislikes if anyone wants to know and counting. So 1K like, about 1K like, 5K down likes. As youth might say, that is ratio to say the least. We'll do 2 more before we go on the X Twitter. Vanessa says, quote, note to Dylan, not all women wear makeup. Not all women wear skirts or dresses. Not all women enjoy shopping. You don't get to speak on our behalf. You have no clue what it's like living as a woman. No clue, unquote. Getting 271 likes. Becky Alice says, quote, as a real woman, this is the most offensive shit I've ever seen, unquote. They got 507 likes. Let's see here. Looks like Go Dye Jewelry says, quote, not only is this musically distasteful, but the message is also sexist, unquote, getting 211 likes. Eddie Like says, quote, the fact that he is 27 and not 40 blows my mind, getting 109 likes. Ronnie Marketing says, you've got some balls putting this out, unquote, getting 30 likes. Aletha 23 says, quote, just here to enjoy how this video has united the world against this nonsense, unquote, getting 604 likes. Wild Texan says, this is a mockery of women, unquote, getting 535 likes. So that is quite ratioed, to say the least. Now, if we go to X Twitter, one of the first profiles to bring this up actually comes from End Wokeness, and Wokeness did a little 30-second clip, and Wokeness said, quote, Dylan Mulvaney just released a pop song about what it means to be a girl. No, this is not satire, unquote. I got 1.4 million views and 4.3 thousand likes. Now, one of the first comments on X Twitter is Paul Zuzupa saying, quote, the song is horrible, just like his attempt at comedy. Dylan's only talent is failure. He's good at that, unquote, getting 133 likes. Anti-Woke Meme says, quote, Lexi Media reporting on this music, and is a screenshot that says, journalist after studying and going to school for years just to write the phrase, her testicles, unquote, getting 352 likes. Common Sense Prevails says, quote, a kind reminder to some and not a kind reminder to the woke, and is a picture of a woman crying, and the text says, quote, when your period is late because you're born man, unquote, getting 327 likes. June Slayer says, quote, try getting up first, packed lunches for hubby and kids, housework, a job, school run after school club, help your elderly parents, pay bills. There's more to bring a woman than hiding your cock in a frock, unquote. That got 618 likes. Conservative Mama says, quote, remarkable that the left has reduced being a woman to lipstick, high heels, and a skirt, unquote. Getting 725 likes, though she did also forget being promiscuous, shopping, as well as popping a whole cabinet full of pills. Like, no human has that many pills in their cabinet. Perhaps maybe a politician who's in their 90s. Like we said earlier, there's 27, not 27 pills, there's 27 bottles plus in the medicine cabinet. Which I can only assume is also obtained illegally because, again, there's no doctor scripts on the pill bottles. Nevertheless, yeah, Meme Bastard saying, quote, the only time I ever see Dylan is when people post his crap saying, look what he did today. If we all stopped, he would go away like many other online personalities, unquote, getting 341 likes. Gunther Eagleman says simply, and he's still a dude, unquote, getting 1,000 likes. Let's see here. Libercat Media TM says, good grief. And is a picture of the trans flag with the text on it saying, quote, trans women are men, getting 150 likes. Natalia Soria says, quote, reality is the best comedy, and is a picture of the iconic, what is it, the Star Trek little meme, and it says, okay, you're gay, who gives a shit, just be gay, and shut the F up, and quote, getting 404 likes. Ryan Ferner says, quote, nah, this needs to be canceled, quote, getting 123 likes. Let's see here. Scrolling down, you have Hikus from Underground saying, quote, Eminem should release a song about what it's like to be black, unquote, getting 79 likes. So, of course, this was visually ratioed, to say the least. If I can snap, it usually helps. And it will be interesting to see, does Dylan try to put out a new music video? Seems like Dylan's trying to find the new thing, because stand-up comedy didn't work. This speaking at college campuses didn't really work. Well, charging, what was it, $35,000 or $40,000 per speaking engagement probably is a prudent idea. And yeah, I can't help but think, from a cultural perspective, a lot of people are starting to realize how sexist some of these things are. Because again, as we mentioned multiple times in this segment of the show, I mean, it's pretty pejorative to assume and say that all women do these things. Again, not all women are irresponsibly shopping out there. A lot of them are financially acute and studied, so they know, yeah, we probably shouldn't go on the retail therapy, especially in this economy. So it'll be interesting to see as we see this cultural phenomenon shift. Again, when Dylan first became famous, there's a lot of people who were protesting. There's a lot of people who were supporting Dylan. Again, $1 million brand endorsement deals. Businesses were throwing money at this individual. And yet we've seen that stop. And again, from a cultural perspective, I think it's because less people support it. I think it's also being brought more to the cultural forefront. Where again, there's so many topics where people say, oh, that's not really happening. No, it can't be real. Oh, no, it's all too real. Here's multiple examples in the real world. So I think that's one of the reasons we're seeing kind of the pendulum will swing back a little bit. But let me know, do you know anyone who authentically enjoys the song? I mean, it does have that cliche pop. It's almost as if it was written by AI. Because it sounds so familiar to every other pop song that's been written in the past 20 plus years. And again, I can't help but think, Rebecca Black, again, she's not in music anymore. But, I mean, growing up, one of the biggest cliches or music videos that backfired was Friday, where it was just a whole song where Rebecca Black just talked about what a Friday is. And yet, that music video almost seems like a Bach or a Mozart symphony of genius in comparison. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any positive. Let me know have you seen any positive comments around this music video, because again, I was scrolling for quite some time and I haven't seen a single one. But as always, I would be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.